And repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath
and hereby declare on oath
that I absolutely and entirely
that I am absolutely and entirely
renounce and abjure
renounce and abjure
all allegiance and fidelity
all allegiance and fidelity
to any foreign prince,
to any foreign prince,
potentate, state, or sovereignty,
foreign state, or sovereign,
of whom or which
of whom or which
I have heretofore been a subject or citizen,
I have heretofore been subject,
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws of the United States of America
and the laws of the United States of America
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States,
when required by the law,
when required by law,
that I will perform non-combatant service
that I will perform non-combatant service
in the armed forces of the United States
in the armed forces of the United States,
when required by law,
when required by law,
that I will perform work of national importance
that I will perform work of national
under civilian direction
and civilian direction,
when required by law,
when required by law,
and that I take this obligation freely
and I take this responsibility
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Let me be the first to congratulate you all to become citizens of the United States of America. So you had to stand up through the whole process. Nobody fell, so that's good. So at this point,
I'm gonna ask you to come over one by one and receive your certificate. You can take the whole packet here and then you're free to exit out this door here. Lover?
Yep, thank you.
Nino? Wasim?
Yes.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing? My name is Bill Duffin. I'm one of the United States magistrate judges here in Milwaukee. It's my pleasure to preside over your naturalization ceremony. This is probably not how you envisioned it going, standing 6 feet from each other, wearing a mask, but those are the times that we're in. So as you can see, we have 4 of you here this morning from 4 different countries. So let me read off the countries you all are from. And raise your hand when I read off your countries so everybody knows where you're from. So Cameroon, morning, welcome. China, morning. India, morning. And Netherlands. All right, terrific. Well, good morning to you all. It's a big day. I'm sure you're all excited to be here and excited to become U.S. citizens. So before you take the oath of the allegiance to the United States, it's my responsibility to explain to you its meaning, tell you what it means. And it has 2 parts. In the first part, as you can see, you will renounce any allegiance that you previously held to any prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty. After you take the oath, you will hold all of your allegiance to the United States. And the allegiance you held to the country from which you came will be destroyed as if it never existed. But of course, what that does not mean is that you have to forget where you came from or give up those traditions that are important to you. Many immigrants to this country continue to enjoy and celebrate the traditions that they've come to really appreciate and enjoy. And nothing about the oath requires that you discontinue that. But if any of you are unwilling to renounce your allegiance to your former country, just tell us now by raising your hand, and your petition for naturalization will be withdrawn and dismissed. Seeing no hands raised, and I've never seen anybody raise their hand, but it's still part of the process. We move on to the second part of the oath. And in that part, you will swear to support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. As you guys have now learned, the Constitution was adopted over 230 years ago, and its purpose is set forth in its preamble, which is to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, to provide for the common defense, to promote the general welfare, and to secure the blessings of liberty. It sets forth the principles upon which this country was founded, and it establishes the 3 branches of our federal government. The legislative branch, which is Congress, in the form of the House of Representatives and the Senate. The executive branch, the powers over which are vested in the president, and the judicial branch. Now, at the time the Constitution was adopted, the country was a very young country at that point, and people were nervous. A lot of people were nervous about creating a strong central government that started to sound to a lot of people like the king in England that they had just fought the Revolutionary War against. And they didn't want the principles set forth in the Constitution to be misconstrued, so they insisted that there be additional language added, amendments to that Constitution. And so Congress proposed 12 amendments. They ultimately adopted 10 of those that attempted to guarantee to themselves and to their children, and to you and to your children, certain fundamental rights, such as freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom from unreasonable searches and seizures, the right to freedom from imprisonment without a fair trial, and so on. Indeed, one of our jobs as federal judges is to make sure those freedoms are protected, and that the government doesn't do anything to infringe on those rights. So, for example, if we conclude that you've been the victim of an unreasonable search and seizure, and the evidence seized can't be used against you at trial. Now, in the 230 years since the Constitution was adopted, there have been occasions when the collective wisdom of the people of this country was that things weren't right, that change was necessary. And so there have been additional amendments to the Constitution. So, for example, in 1865, right at the tail end of the Civil War, the 13th Amendment was passed, giving ending slavery, rather. And then 5 years later, the 15th Amendment was passed, giving black men the right to vote. And I say black men because no women at that time had the right to vote, no matter what color they were. That didn't happen until 1920, after World War I, when women were finally given the right to vote with the passage of the 19th Amendment. Altogether, there have been 27 amendments to the Constitution, the last being passed nearly 30 years ago. But the basic principles set forth in the Constitution have endured. Even though at times there's been debate over what the principles mean. You know, when the Constitution was written, obviously the world was a very different place than it is today. There was no electricity, there were no automobiles, no airplanes, certainly no cell phones, no computers. You know, think about how much the world has changed just during your lifetime. So when the drafters of the Constitution wrote there will be no unreasonable searches and seizures, they were thinking about searches of your person or your home or your barn. They certainly weren't thinking about a search of your cell phone or a search of your computer. And yet the principles set forth in the Constitution were simple enough that they apply today just as much as they did when they were written 230 years ago, which would be a real challenge to write a document that is that pliable to apply that fashion. So the Constitution provides you with certain rights and privileges, but with those rights and privileges, and with that freedom comes responsibility. The responsibility to participate in the democratic process by voting, a right you're all going to have here in a few minutes. And not by voting casually, but by voting in a thoughtful and informed way. You have a responsibility to yourselves and to your co-U.S. citizens to educate yourself so that you can make wise choices. We're in an election year, electing a new president later this year. So you guys will become U.S. citizens at a very important time. And our democracy only works when its citizens participate fully by helping to choose those who will govern us all and by taking that responsibility seriously. So my hope is that you all take that process so we can vote. So at this time, there's a representative from the U.S. Immigration Service, Mr. Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who has a motion to present to you as part of this process.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
My name is John Cruz. I am the designated officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This morning, Your Honor, I have a motion for the admission to United States citizenship of 4 applicants for naturalization here present in this room, including 4 applicants who are motioning the court for a legal name change. Each of the applicants has been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Each applicant has been found to be a person of good moral character who has resided in the United States for the period of time required by the statute. Each has been found to be favorably disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States, and each is familiar with the history of the United States, principles of the Constitution, and form of government of the United States. No objection to their admission has been found. Therefore, Your Honor, I respectfully move that each of the applicants here present be admitted to United States citizenship, and that the court grant the motion for name changes for those applicants who have requested it upon taking the oath of allegiance as required by the statute.
I'm happy to grant that motion. So at this juncture, it's time to administer the oath. And it's up on the screen. What I'd like you all to do is raise your right hand and then repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath
I hereby declare on oath
that I absolutely and entirely
that I absolutely and entirely
renounce and abjure
renounce and abjure
all allegiance and fidelity
all allegiance and fidelity
to any foreign prince,
to any foreign prince,
potentate, state, or sovereignty,
potentate, state, or sovereignty,
of whom or which
of whom or which
I have heretofore been a subject or citizen,
I have heretofore been a subject or citizen,
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
that I will perform non-combatant service
that I will perform non-combatant service
in the armed forces of the United States
in the armed forces of the United States
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
that I will perform work of national importance
that I will perform work of national importance
under civilian direction
under civilian direction
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Let me be the first to congratulate you all on becoming citizens of the United States of America. To congratulate you all. At this point, you can get your certificates at the end there, at the table. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can take this whole packet here, be sure that you sign your certificate.
How are you doing today?
Very
Good. This is a happy day, right?
Happy day.
Finally. How long have you been waiting for this day? I just wanna, I'm curious to know, how long have you been waiting for this day? 3 months. 3 months you've been waiting? How long have you been waiting? 9 years.
20.
Did you say 20? 20 years, wow. 5?
3 months.
3 months?
4.
4 years or 4 months?
4 months.
4 months? 3 months. 3 months.
5 years.
5 years. So we are all over the board here. Some people have been waiting a long, long time and some less. For however long we've been waiting, it's been a journey for all of you. And I'm so glad that you are here today. I know you are standing and some of the ladies have heels on. I don't want to break your back. I'm not going to talk for too long, but I got to talk a little bit. In normal times, when we're not wearing masks, when we're not standing more than 6 feet apart, the ceremony would have been done at the federal courthouse. And in those ceremonies, we usually have a group of about 60 to 70 candidates at a time. And today we only have 8 candidates, and we're doing 8 ceremonies today, and you're part of this group. Even though we're not at the courthouse, even though there are not hundreds of people, even though your families are not here with you, I hope they're watching on the streaming. Even all of that, it's still a wonderful day to celebrate. And I hope you feel the celebration in your heart. We have 7 countries represented in this room. So when I call out the name of your country, show off, raise your hand. Benin is here. Hello, Benin. Honduras. Hello, Honduras. India is here. Hi there, India. Kenya is here. Hi there, Kenya. Laos. Laos, no Laos. Okay, Mexico is here. Hi there, Mexico, and the Gambia. Hello there, the Gambia. Mexico, you're winning in every ceremony that we have. Most candidates are from Mexico. So you get a prize, you get a piece of candy when you walk out here. And number 2, who's close number 2? I want to guess which country is number 2? Take a guess, every guess. India, a very close second. So Mexico and India is going to have to fight it out for the prize. But even in our very small ceremony, what we see is that almost every country is represented, which is really, really amazing. And that is so because except for the Native Americans, we all came from somewhere. And that is something that we celebrate every day, not just the 4th of July. That's something we celebrate, not just on your Naturalization Day, but every single day. I myself, I was born in Haiti, and I came to this country when I was 8 years old. And as a young adult, I went through the same process that you went through, filling out all the paperwork, right? Remember that? Studying for the test, going to the interview, waiting, and then finally I went to court at my date, went before a judge, raised my right hand, and took the oath of citizenship that you're about to take. Of course, when I took my oath at the age of 18, I never dreamed or even imagined that one day I would be standing before you and giving the oath. But that's the story of America. We have these stories. Now, this is an interesting time to become a citizen. Some people might say, well, there's so much going on. Do I really want to join this family? Do I want to get in this relationship? Because things don't look so great in the news. And I say to you, this is exactly the perfect time to become a citizen. Because what it means is that you have the opportunity to be part of the conversation of making our country better and our country live up to its ideals. You get to be part of the solution. So we look forward to see what you're going to contribute, how you're going to make things better for us, how you're going to bring us closer to the ideals that is of America. Officer Cruz, do you have a motion for me?
I do, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. My name is John Cruz. I am the designated officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This morning, Your Honor, I have a motion for the admission to United States citizenship of 8 applicants for naturalization here present in this room, including 8 applicants who are motioning the court for a legal name change. Each of the applicants has been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Each applicant has been found to be a person of good moral character who has resided in the United States for the period of time required by the statute. Each has been found to be favorably disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States, and each is familiar with the history of the United States, the principles of the Constitution, and form of government of the United States. No objection to their admission has been found. Therefore, Your Honor, I respectfully move that each of the applicants here present be admitted to United States citizenship, and that the court grant the motion for name changes for those applicants who have requested it upon taking the oath of allegiance as required by the statute.
Thank you, Officer Cruz. The motions are both granted, so you're about to take the oath. Officer Cruz, I had a copy of the oath on the screen and it has disappeared. There we go. Thank you so much. The oath is back up on the screen. I will ask that you please raise your right hand and you will repeat after me. You may follow with me on the screen. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and adjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will bear arms on behalf of the United States. When required by the law. That I will perform non-combatant service. In the armed forces of the United States. When required by the law. That I will perform work of national importance. Under civilian directions. When required by the law. And that I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, you're citizens of the United States. Not gonna let you leave without telling you that you now have a superpower as a United States citizen. And what is that superpower? Yes, the power to vote. And as citizens, it is our superpower, our way of participating in our democracy. So I encourage you to use that superpower. I'm also not gonna let you walk out of here to remind you, you also, as new citizens, now have the power to serve as jurors. So I hope to see you in my courtroom as jurors. I hope to see you in Milwaukee County, whatever county that you live in. When you get the summons in the mail to serve as a juror, don't put it in the back of the bills. Open it, get excited about it. Say, oh yeah, I'm gonna exercise my superpower as a citizen today and participate in our courts. So we look forward to seeing you in our courts as well. Again, congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to your families, your friends who have been supporting you through this journey. I cannot wait to hear or read somehow the contributions that each of you will make to bring our country a little bit closer to our ideals. In normal time, I would give each of you a hug and kisses, shake hands, we would take pictures, but these are not normal times, so we're not gonna do any of that. So I'm gonna save the hugs and kisses for you. I invite you to come by the federal courthouse after this is over. Come and get your hug, come and get your kiss and your pictures, and I will be happy to celebrate with you then. Congratulations. Thank you. I point you to that table that way. The officers will give you your certificates and have a wonderful new day as super citizens.
You too, thank you.
Everybody. There you go. Congratulations. Guadalupe? Congratulations.
Yeah.
Ana Paula? Congratulations. Congratulations. Louis? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sophomore?
Six down.
afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon again. I feel like I should have some music that plays when I come out, don't you think? Like a theme song, like the superheroes have. That would be very helpful, so you know we're about to start. Good afternoon. I'm Nancy Joseph. I'm one of the magistrate judges here at the federal courthouse in Milwaukee. And it is a great privilege for me to have a small part of your special day today. I know you're all standing, and some of the ladies, I see you have heels on, so I'll try not to talk too very long, but today is a very special day, and we don't want to rush through it too fast. Normally at the federal courthouse, what we would do is we would have big ceremonies in one of our most beautiful courtrooms, and there would be about 60 to 70 candidates in the courtroom. And over the course of the day, we'll have about 3 ceremonies from all over the country. Because of our new normal, we are having smaller ceremonies, so we have 7 candidates here this afternoon. But just because it's not a big ceremony in terms of number does not mean it's not a big day. It is really a big day for each and every one of you. And I know some people have been waiting a long time for this day. I'm curious to know how long people have been waiting. How long have you been waiting, ma'am? 10 years? 15 years. You say 15? 15 years. Wow, that's a long time. Oh, 5. 5?
Around 5.
Around 5.
17.
17.
25.
25 years.
Around 5.
5. So we have from 5 years to 25 years. A long journey, a long time you have waited for this day. So I am so proud to have a very small part in sharing it with you. I'm also proud to share it with you because it's also a celebration for me. Because I too am a naturalized citizen. I was born in the tiny little Caribbean island of Haiti. I came to this country when I was 8 years old, and at the age of about 18, I went through the same process that you went through. Lots of paperwork, right? Studying for the test, remember that? And going through all of that, and then I got the notice, like you did, to go to court in New Jersey where I grew up. And I stood before a federal judge and raised my right hand and became a citizen. Now, of course, back then, before the gray hair, I had no idea that one day that I would be standing before candidates like you to give the oath. So each time that I get to do it, every single time, it's that this is a celebration, that it is a privilege to have much to celebrate. Doesn't mean that we're perfect. We're watching the news, right? We have plenty of problems. And there are even some people who question you and say, why do you want to be a citizen? Don't you watch the news? And to those people, I would say, this is the perfect time for you to become a citizen. Because you get to participate in the conversation. You get to participate in the conversation about how to make us better. How to make us live up to the ideals that are so important. So as Dr. King once said, one of my favorite quotes from him, is that we all can be great because we all can serve. So as we become citizens of the United States, I ask you to be part of that goal. How can you serve? How can you make us live up to the ideals so they're just not words on paper? Every citizen, regardless of the color of your skin, your origin, status, how much money they have on the town or not, that they each feel that they're part of the American identity. That's their job. That's their job. I know you can handle. I am curious always to know which countries are represented in ceremonies like these has. So when I call the name of your country, proudly raise your hand. Even though we don't have your family and friends here, I know some of you are watching because we're live streaming today. So this is your chance to show off and let them know that you are here. So Brazil is here today. Hello, Brazil. Hello there. Burma is here. Hi there, Burma. Colombia is here. Hola, Colombia. Hola. Mexico is here as well. Hello, Mexico. Uruguay is here. Uruguay. Buenos dias, locales.
Buenas tardes.
Venezuela is here too. Hello there, Venezuela. Hello. So as you can see, we have countries from all over the world represented here. And that's true for every single ceremony. And it's something that we should celebrate each and every day, not just something that organizations do. So, officer, are you ready to make your motion?
I am, Your Honor.
Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Amy Cordes, and I'm the designated officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This afternoon, Your Honor, I have a motion for the admission to United States citizenship of 7 applicants for naturalization here present in this room, including 7 applicants who are motioning the court for a legal name change. Each of the applicants has been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Each applicant has been found to be a person of good moral character who has resided in the United States for the period of time required by the statute. Each has been found to be favorably disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States, and each is familiar with the history of the United States, the principles of the Constitution and form of government of the United States. No objection to their admission has been found. Therefore, Your Honor, I respectfully move that each of the applicants here present be admitted to United States citizenship and that the court grants the motion for name changes for those applicants who have requested it upon taking the oath of allegiance as required by the statute.
Thank you. Both motions are granted. What this means, candidates, is that you will now take the oath of citizenship. I ask you to please raise your right hand and you will repeat after me. I have the oath up on the screen, so please feel free to follow along. Are we ready?
Yes.
You waited 25 years. Come on. Come on. This is it. I hereby declare on oath
I hereby declare on oath
that I absolutely and entirely renounce
that I absolutely and entirely renounce
and abjure all allegiance and fidelity
and abjure all allegiance and fidelity
to any foreign prince,
to any foreign prince,
potentate,
potentate,
state, or sovereignty
state or sovereignty,
of whom or which
of whom or which
I have heretofore
I have heretofore
been a subject or citizen,
been a subject or citizen,
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
and laws of the United States of America
and laws of the United States of America
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
when required by the law,
when required by law,
that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States
that I will perform non-combatant services in the armed forces of the United States
when required by the law,
when required by the law,
and I will perform work of national importance
that I will perform work of national importance
under civilian direction
under civilian direction
when required by the law,
when required by law,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, you are citizens of the United States. My fellow citizens, I cannot let you leave this room today without telling you about your superpowers now. Now that you are citizens, you have some superpowers that you didn't have before. Number one, you have the superpower of voting. That's your superpower. And you should use it, because that's our way of participating in the conversation in our democracy. That's our way of holding our country to its values. You also now have the superpower of participating as jurors. So if you get a summons from my court or any of the courts in the counties where you live, don't just take it and put it underneath the bills. I want you to open it. I actually want you to get excited about it, because your courts need you. That's another way of participating in our democracy. So I look forward to seeing you in one of our many courtrooms. In normal times, I would give each one of you a big hug, kiss, handshake, all of that, but we can't do that today. So I'll save it for you. When we return back to normal, please come to the federal courthouse and collect your hugs and your pictures. I'll save it all for you. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to your families and friends who have supported you on this journey. And I cannot wait to see the contributions that you will make to bring us closer to our ideals in this country. Before you go, look at the camera, wave to your friends and family who are watching so that they know that you are here. And then you can head to the table to collect your certificates. Congratulations, citizens. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Sure you sign your certificate when you get it on, you're gonna sign right on the line right there. You get it when I get it. Congratulations. You're welcome. Yana? Congratulations. Right here. You're welcome. You're welcome. Maria?
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, you don't have to be so quiet. Let's try it again. Good afternoon. That's much better. I am very happy and feel very privileged to be here with you on your special day of becoming a United States citizen. It's really a special occasion. I know this is a little bit unusual, the way we are doing it. Normally, we would have been at the federal courthouse and you would have your family, your friends, and your children with you. I'm sorry they could not be with you today, but it is still a celebration. And I think you may have family and friends watching on live stream. They'll be able to witness you doing this. I am curious always what countries we have represented here. So when I call the name of your country, please raise your hand and wave and let us know you're here. I have Brazil on the list. Hello there, Brazil. Burma is here. Burma. India is here. Hello there, India. Laos. Hi there, Laos. And then Mexico is here. Hello there. Well, welcome to all of you. I came and started talking and didn't even bother to introduce myself. I'm Nancy Joseph. I'm one of the magistrate judges over at the federal courthouse. And doing naturalization ceremonies is indeed my favorite thing to do. It's not unique to me. If you talk to many federal judges, they'll tell you that this is the best part of the job, that we get to give over to citizens like you. You are all standing, and this lady here has very nice heels on, so I'm not going to keep her standing too long, but I just want to say a couple of words to you. Other than the Native Americans, all in this country have come from somewhere else. And it is a point of pride. It's something we should celebrate on naturalization days, actually every day. I myself, I was born in the little tiny Caribbean island of Haiti. I came to this country when I was 8 years old and had the opportunity and privilege of growing up in this country. And as a young adult, I went through the process that you have just gone through. That is, I applied, lots of paperwork, right? Studied, took that citizenship exam, went to the interview, got the notice, and went to federal court and stood before a federal judge, raised my right hand like you're about to do, and became a United States citizen. So when I say I'm happy to be here with you, I really am happy to be here with you. I'm happy to be here with you because each time I get to give the oath of citizenship, it's not only a celebration of your citizenship, it's also a celebration of my citizenship. It's also a celebration of my parents' path to citizenship in this country and many, many others. Now, there are some people who might say, with everything going on in this country, is this a good time to become a citizen? Right? You might hear that. What I say to you and those who are saying these things is this is the right time. It's the absolute right time because you now get to participate in the conversation that we are having in this country about how to make this country live up to its ideals of having a society where everyone is equal under the law. So as new citizens, you get to participate in that conversation. I don't want to keep you too long. Again, you are standing. So Officer Cruz, do you have a motion for me?
I do, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is John Cruz. I am the designated officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services at Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This afternoon, Your Honor, I have a motion for the admission to United States citizenship of 8 applicants for naturalization here present in this room, including 8 applicants who are motioning the court for a legal name change. Each of the applicants has been examined by an officer of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Each applicant has been found to be a person of good moral character who has resided in the United States for the period of time required by the statute. Each has been found to be favorably disposed to the good order and happiness of the United States, and each is familiar with the history of the United States, the principles of the Constitution, and form of government of the United States. No objection to their admission has been found. Therefore, Your Honor, I respectfully move that each of the applicants here present be admitted to United States citizenship, and that the court grant the motion for name changes for those applicants who have requested it upon taking the oath of allegiance as required by the statute.
Thank you, Officer Cruz. Your motion is granted. Candidates, this means you please raise your right hand and you will be repeating after me. I have the oath also up on the screen, so please feel free to follow along. Please repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations, you are a citizen of the United States. Now that you are citizens, I get to tell you what your new superpowers are. Your first superpower is that you now have the right to vote. As citizens, that's our best superpower. So I remind you to use your superpowers. As citizens, you also now can serve as jurors. So I look forward to seeing you in court, on a jury in my courtroom or other courts. So when you get the summons in the mail telling you to come to court, don't hide it under the bills. Don't throw it away. I actually want you to be excited to say, oh, I'm gonna exercise my superpower of being a juror and participating in our courts. So I look forward to seeing hopefully each of you. In normal times, as we close, I will give each of you a hug, a kiss, shake your hands, take pictures, but we can't do that today. So I'm gonna save all of that for you. When things are better, please come by the federal courthouse, collect your hug, your picture, and I look forward to hopefully meeting each of you. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to your family and friends who are watching, and we thank them for supporting you. And go ahead, go forth and make America better. Congratulations to each of you. We can now turn to Officer Cruz. He has your certificates ready for you at your table.
Working? You're gonna wanna sign.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.